selfish and we're being a prisoner of the moment. Because then you got to think about the big homies. You know, Bill Russell, Magic. You know what I'm saying? Dr. J. Like how their names, how we bypassing their names.
We just
I mean,
forget.
Bill
We just forget
Russell
about him.
has
Yeah,
10. Now,
championships
you
upon
know,
championships. Yeah,
yeah, he has 10. And he balled for his career. You know what I'm saying? But I'm being a prisoner of the moment by saying Michael Jordan number one and then LeBron in the top three, but we are disrespecting our, our olders.
we gotta let
You
it
know
bake.
that type.
Let it bake first, right? Let it bake first. When it's all done, then we go back
Yeah.
in history, revisionist history, and go by.
Yeah,
Well, but
for
you gotta
sure.
admit what LeBron's doing right now at age 40, defeating Father Time, 50,000 points. It's amazing to see, Pat. Right?
It is. Even last night, the man hit 2 3 pointers, and I'm like, yo, fuck out of here. Like,
Like
I think
man,
that's the
man.
second one. Y'all took no.
We tied it up. I think we tied it up.
Yeah, he tied it
Yeah,
up.
he tied it up. Yeah.
90 and then no, and then y'all took the lead at 99, but he tied it up at 96.
And he's getting loose ball rebounds over Cat. I'm like, how is this?
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, homie. I mean, like, let's keep it real. He's different. He's
Yeah,
definitely gifted.
for
He's
sure.
definitely that kid from Ohio. He's definitely the goat of this generation. Like, but it was kind of disrespectful to Kobe. It's kind of disrespectful to Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But LeBron is definitely, yeah, he's the goat of this generation.
Thoughts on the NBA dunk contest? How do you fix this thing? Do you even watch?
Trash. I'm not. I don't. I didn't even watch it.
Do you even watch it now? You don't even
Yeah,
watch it
son. I
anymore,
didn't watch none of the All Star shit, son. I
man.
didn't watch none of it. That shit's just like the NFL Pro Bowl. I didn't watch none of that shit.
Yeah, trash, complete trash.
All of it's trash, and it's just trash. I didn't. I don't even know. I
Yeah,
don't even know like what to tell you because
Matt
I
McClung,
literally.
three-time champion. He was really good though. He really put a lot of effort into that thing. The other guys not so much, but Matt McClung, man, he's something special.
Hey, you telling me more because I guess I'll go look it up on YouTube to see what you talk about because I personally refuse to watch anything in the All Star game. It's just trash now, yo.
If you're the commissioner, ratings are down. How do you fix this thing, man? Why do guys shoot so many threes in this day and age? How do you fix the ratings if you're the commissioner? If you were the commissioner, how would you fix that?
Shit, bro. I can't answer that because it's competitive. The games are competitive, but the same token, like I don't know, kid. Like real talk, it's just the younger generations are not as interested. I'm assuming.
There's no big man. There's no post moves inside, inside out. There's nothing. I
Nah,
mean,
that
it's just
I mean, Joel Embiid is the and homie in Denver, Jokic, Joker.
Jokic. Yeah.
But other than that, like name another. I mean, homie in San Antonio, Victor. He's definitely coming.
Wemby. Yeah, Wemby's
Yeah,
definitely
he's
coming.
coming.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, yeah, there's no real dominant big man that you. And Joel, he stay hurt. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so there's the game is a guard league now. So them
Well,
everybody want to be Steph Curry.
yeah, does Steph ruin the game of basketball though? Because I
Nah,
mean, he
hell
hits,
no.
he shoots. I mean, there's only one Steph Curry, right? What he's been able to
Right.
do, he's amazing. But shooting threes from half court, logo, just amazing shooter. I haven't seen anything like him before. But why do
Me
other
neither.
guys? Why do other guys want to copy Steph? I mean, there's only one Steph, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know how it is, man.
Copycat league.
That's just a copycat league, but that's how you pay homage to somebody too. Think about it. When we was growing up, what did we always hear? I want to be like Mike
Be like Mike.
or
Yeah,
Bo Jackson. Bo knows this or Bo knows, Bo
Bo
knows,
knows that.
you
Yeah,
know. So if you that guy at that time, the media is gonna hype you up, and now we got social media.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So everything gets seen. Steph Curry, nah, he's just him and Clay. What they had in Golden State, that was
Splash
I
Brothers
was
definitely
enjoyed.
special.
I was entertained by that team. I was
What's,
I would stay up late to watch the Golden State Warriors play back then.
what's your take on Clay? Is he washed? Is he done? Draymond
Yeah, he's
Green.
done.
We think we thoughts on Draymond.
That we old. I mean, if we in our mid 40s, they approaching 40.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, so what I'm saying. So they old. I mean, they had their run, and Nobody could ever take that run from them because them boys they did that. You know what I mean? But the young
Yeah.
boys got it. You know, and Edwards. You know, Trey Young, Tatum. You know, the young
Yeah.
boys got it now. You know,
Should KD have stayed on the Warriors though? Because it seemed like a lot of chirping. Oh, he won a
he
ring,
should
but
have.
it's not a He listened to a lot of people and he got out of there. He went to Brooklyn, that didn't work out. Phoenix, that didn't work out. But if you were KD, looking back, what would you tell KD? He should have stayed on the Warriors, right?
Yeah, he should have stayed on the Warriors
That
because
would have been
they
that
would
would have been
have
something.
had a Chicago Bulls type run. That team,
Yeah, for sure, for sure. In
they
their
would have had a
prime,
Chicago.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah, he
sure.
should have stayed. But you know, Draymond talks a lot of shit, son. So you know, he rubbed people the wrong way. And Katie, and you know, Katie's an alpha dog, so he probably wanted his own situation, which he had in Brooklyn.
Right.
He had it in Brooklyn, but you know, he also tore his Achilles, so
Yeah, just
that
didn't work
that
out.
that that damaged his dreams with Brooklyn.
Joel Embiid, Kawhi Leonard. What comes to mind? These guys to me are always hurt, man. What do you say to the fans? I mean, that these guys represent Kawhi and Joel. Fair to them?
They might have to give it up soon. Hey,
Yeah.
yo, they might have to give it up soon, kid, because them boys, especially Kawhi Leonard, as nice as homie is, I don't see no teams giving him no more money.
Always hurt, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
see, you know, and even with the Knicks, right?
Hmm.
They was talking about they was trying to trade for Joel and all this and all that, but I'm glad we did it now.
Yeah, looking back, it's like you
Yeah,
guys
I'm
dodged the
glad. I'm
bullet.
glad it didn't happen. You know.
You guys dodged the bullet for sure. For
Yeah, we
sure, for
dodged
sure.
one. We dodged one because as nice as he is, I don't know what's up with his mental. Like how I mean, you played in the Olympics and you balled out in the Olympics, cool. But how you come back to the States and not be on that same type of time?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gave we watched the Olympics. You know, you did your thing in the Olympics. You know, I don't
Yeah.
know, son. Maybe he needs to change the scenery too, but I don't know.
They secured the bag, but they got paid for a lot of games they didn't even play or
He
participate in.
even
So
yeah.
yeah,
Has he
it's
even played in
crazy.
30 games or 20 games this year?
I don't think so. He's shut
He's
down.
out now.
Yeah, he's out. He's out. Kawhi I just saw came back the other day. I'm like, oh, Kawhi sighting,
He, he'll
but
be out in 2 weeks or a week.
stay hurt,
Yeah,
man. Unbelievable.
he'll be out in a week. Have a
You're
toenail injury or something like that. You know, miss a manicure or some shit like that.
oh man, he just cannot catch a break, man. Your beloved
But
Giants, man. Go ahead, Pat.
no, I was gonna say, you know, but once injuries, it don't slow down once you get older. So,
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
you know,
Your beloved Giants, four-time Super Bowl champions, man. I mean, how did it get this bad from the Giants? I mean, beloved Giants in the 90s, they won championships with Eli as well. Great defense. How did it get from glory days to now? It's just like really hard to
it's just
watch.
our time. If you notice, teams it's impossible. Name one team
To be
that
consistent like
lasts
this every
decade
year.
after decade after decade after decade after decade. You know,
Yeah.
it's just our time to be bad.
A rough
And
patch.
then, and then hopefully we're on the right path. Like, I get a lot of flack because I never wanted Saquon to leave,
Okay.
but I understand why Joe did that. You know, and if you want to be real, once he went to Philly, I had a feeling he was gonna have this type of year. I got a homeboy down here from Philadelphia. His name is Lonnie.
Hmm.
And then the minute he signed with the Eagles, I called Lonnie. I'm like, yo, it's about to be a problem.
Yeah, he went
I
off
didn't know
this year.
2,000 yard problem, but I knew it was going to be a problem because of their O line, the roster that they got, the two weapons outside. Jalen, this is the best situation Saquon has ever been in. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And that's self inflicted, right?
Right.
You say how did the Giants do it? Well,
Hmm.
this is how when you trade Odell Beckham for nothing in his prime,
Hmm.
when you let Evan Ingram go in his prime, you know what I'm saying? You have Saquon. You know what I'm saying? You don't let them boys grow together. You
Right.
still had Eli. You know
Hmm.
what I mean?
Hmm.
You don't let them boys grow together. And when you do that, now you scrambling for another number one wide receiver. Once we traded Odell, we never had a. We tried. What was homie name that we got from Detroit? Galladay.
Oh, Galladay. Yeah. Oh man, he
Galladay.
was. Oof. Yeah.
Wash.
Yeah.
Trash.
Right.
And so that's how it starts. So now we don't have no number one. So we scrambling to find a number. We still don't have it. Well, now we do Malik Neighbors, but
Right.
look how long ago we traded Odell.
Yeah.
What was it, 2018?
2018ish.
We
Yeah.
just now got a number one wide receiver.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So bow. You lose that. Then we don't have a tight end. We didn't have a tight end. We trade for Darren Waller. He's fucking suicidal because his bitch left him.
Yep.
So now at the end of the day, we don't have no number one tight end. You know what I'm saying? Our O line has been trash.
For a long
You know what I'm
time.
saying?
Yep.
And now, and then we don't have a franchise. Well, now we got a good running back now. I mean, the future's looking bright. But other than that, that's how. That's how. You don't
Yeah.
invest.
Yeah.
You should. Dave Gettleman should have never traded Odell. He should have let him, Sterling Shepard, and Saquon ride it out. He should let them ride it out.
See
And
what
Evan
happens.
Ingram should have
Right.
let it ride it out.
Right. You a fan of Dable, Joe Shane? I mean, they
I
got one
am.
more. They got one more year, right? I mean, this is it for them.
Yeah. Yeah. They got. This is it. This is it. But I'm a fan of them.
Okay.
But this might be their last hurrah if they don't do a big splash. What free agency still starts Monday, right? Yeah, it
Yeah.
starts Monday.
Yeah. Monday.
But let me ask you this:
Mm-hmm.
how you feel about this Aaron Rodgers talk that I'm hearing?
Yeah, I heard about that, man. He might come over there to New York. I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard for me to like. He's not. He didn't have a
41.
yeah, he didn't have a bad year with the Jets. It seemed like he was trying to like turn it around the second half of the season. I guess if there's nobody else, right? I mean, you got some draft picks coming up. You got Ward or Shador. I mean, I don't know if you can't
Yeah, I
get
want
if
Shador.
you're more upside on Shador. Okay. But
Yeah,
if you can't get those
Cam
guys,
is gonna be an alpha dog in the league. But Shador, you know what I like about Shador?
mhm,
I like his poise. Like watching him these 2 years at Colorado,
right,
you can't under pressure. You can't fold. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
you can't. And he hasn't had the greatest O line at Colorado, but homie never folded.
Yeah, he never folds. He got that
Now,
dog
is his
mentality.
arm as strong as Cam Ward's? No. But is he a great passer? Yeah.
Hmm.
Is he as mobile as Cam Ward? No. But will he run and get that first down if necessary? Yeah. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? He's not Lamar Jackson, but
yeah,
he don't need to be Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
for sure. If you guys get Rogers, you would have one of these kids sit behind Rogers for a
Yeah.
year
Absolutely. Yeah.
and learn.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
okay,
I'll put it to you like this. My homeboy Rashaka and I got into an argument like probably 2 weeks ago about this, talking about the draft. And then I was like, Atlanta did it right. They signed Cousins
right.
and got Penix.
Yeah,
They did it. A lot of people say no, it was mismanagement of money. But no, 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 no. When it comes to the quarterback situation,
sit and
if you have
learn.
an opportunity, you gotta go hit a home run.
Right.
Cousins gave him a good run, but now Penix was in the fold. You know, they
Mhm.
I like the way Atlanta did it.
For
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
like the way Atlanta did it.
So you were not in favor of the Eagles letting Saquon go. I mean, Saquon says he wants to be
You mean the Giants?
I mean the Giants.
Yeah.
He wants to be remembered as an Eagle. If it continues this way, I'm sure that's going to
Yeah.
happen for sure, for sure. No hard feelings, right? I mean, you were happy for him when you won a
I mean,
championship.
yo, son, it hurt. Because, I was huge on Saquon. It hurt.
Hmm.
But, yo, the man just ran for 2,000 yards and got a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
And they're the favorites to go back next year.
right.
Why would you want to be, why would you want. And the Giants, J- Joe did him dirty. Let's just keep it real. Joe,
Yeah, he wanted to come
they,
back. He wanted to come
yeah, he
back.
wanted to. He wanted
He
to. He
wanted
wanted
to,
to.
but
You know.
they had other
But
plans.
but then me being realistic, come back to what?
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? Win 6, 7 games and probably get hurt
Right, come back
again?
to what?
Right.
Come back to
Yeah.
what? You know,
He
the
already.
human element of me is happy for him. The sports element of me is like fuck it, but the human element, like son. He went to. I was hoping he went to Buffalo or Houston and not in the division.
Out the division, right, right, right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? I was
Yeah,
hoping, like, when I was hoping Buffalo would have jumped out there or Houston,
right.
but I mean the Eagles jumped out there, yo.
You're taking Danny Jones, Danny Dimes. Fan of his? Why didn't it work in New York for him?
The boy was trash. The boy was trash. But we didn't help him neither. He never had a real number one. Like, check this out. So again, you asked how the Giants are in the state.
Right.
So we draft Daniel Jones, right?
Hmm.
But you trade Odell Beckham. So don't you think it would have been smooth to help Daniel's career if he had a number one, Odell,
Somebody to throw the ball to. Yeah.
Saquon,
Hmm.
Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram? That would have been a smooth transition for Daniel Jones. So all the GM Dave Gettleman's bitch ass, all you had to do was focus on the O line.
Right.
The
Left
defense was
tackle.
decent.
Right.
The defense was decent.
Hmm.
All you had to do was focus on the O line. You didn't have to make no trades, son. So that's how we're here. You take parts away, and then you expect Daniel Jones to be the savior, Danny Dimes and all that.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Like,
You paid
and,
him. You didn't pay Saquon, right? So and
and then
then
you. So the thing with that is that year, even though he only threw for 15 touchdowns, the boy balled that year. Like, I remember going to London to
Mhm.
watching that game against Green Bay, and I was in shock how good he played in that game. So I'm like, all right, Dable is probably getting to him.
Okay, coaching him
Or
up,
you know what
coaching him
I'm saying?
up.
Because
Yeah.
that was Dable's rookie year,
Right.
first year with us.
Mhm.
And I'm like, all right, Dable might be getting to him. Like, he's probably a quarterback whisperer for real.
Right.
So, I'm like, all right. So now, when we beat Minnesota, the way he played against Minnesota in that playoff game, come on, fam. He threw for like, what, 348? Four
Yeah.
touchdowns? Some shit like that?
Hmm.
In a playoff game in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Yo, you had to take a chance. But Joe Shane was smart on that aspect by not giving him a full contract. He only gave him a 2 year.
2 year deal.
Yeah, he could get out in 2 years because he wasn't convinced.
Right.
And that's why we're in a position now to possibly draft, a better quarterback.
For sure. You're taking Eli Manning, Hall of Famer. Is he going to get in anytime? He didn't get in this time around, but you think Eli gets in the Hall of
He's
Fame?
getting in the second time.
Okay.
He's getting in the second time. Come on, man. I mean, no, he's not his brother, but the man is clutch.
Especially when he was in the playoffs, right? He
Yeah,
just
the man is
money.
clutch, yo.
Made some plays for
Yo,
sure. For sure.
I like Eli, man. I'm a fan of Eli, yo. He 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 gave us some headaches, but yo, Eli was that dude, yo. I
Yeah.
miss him. How about that? I miss him.
He was the Iron
I
Man
miss
too.
him.
He was very dependable, man.
Yeah,
Eli was always
yeah,
there.
yeah, man. I
He
miss
was
that
always
kid,
there.
man.
Yeah.
I miss him.
Who's your favorite G-man of all time, man? Who's your favorite G-man of all time?
Lawrence Taylor, bro.
Yeah. I hear that a
Lawrence
lot.
Taylor.
I hear that a lot, man. He
Yeah,
was a
Lawrence
mess.
Taylor. But quiet as kept. a, I wouldn't say a close second,
Right.
but Jeremy Shockey was my dude too, yo.
I heard that too. Shockey, huh? Shockey. A lot of people
Yeah,
like
Shockey
Shockey.
was just a dog, kid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Miami the U. Yeah.
yeah, Jeremy Shockey was my yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shockey and LT. Thoughts on the Cowboys, man. Why do we sports hate them so much? Any Cowboys, past or present, you actually respect these Cowboys? Anybody you respect? But
I was just thinking gonna
it's
ask you
it's
about the Cowboys.
it's just like
Niggas gonna talk to me.
what's your thoughts on them?
Trash, believe in their own hype, front runners.
For years upon years, huh?
Them dudes, I don't like them dudes.
What's your take on Dak Prescott, man? He says he's right behind the Eagles.
uh, Dak Prescott's good. Yeah. All right. So let me be honest. I don't know what's up with the Cowboys and this playoff thing. I don't know what's up with them because they have a good roster. Now, I mean, now they don't have a running back, but they. I'll take Dak Prescott. I'll put it to you like that. I'll take him on the job. I have a homeboy. I don't know if you remember, this kid from Avon named George. I'm he was living down here. And then
Okay.
we and him got to a conversation, and then he was like, this was maybe like 5 years ago. He
Okay.
was like, "Yo, Dak just doesn't show up in the big
In the
games,
big games, yeah. Regular
you
season,
know."
he's
And
great,
then
but then, yeah.
yeah, but I was like, "Yo, G, like to get to the big games, you got to play big games in the regular season." You know what I'm saying? And I would love the opportunity to be the Giants to be in the playoffs every single year as a starter from his
Right.
career. Then
Right.
you know what I mean. I would love that because that shows consistency.
Right.
Now, tweak the team here and there, and the Cowboys possibly could have, you know, but they have the roster. They have the roster. They got the talent on that team.
Hmm.
Uh, I just don't like them kids. It's coaching. It has to be coaching because they got
Believing,
talent.
yeah, believing in their own hype. It's just coaching. And then, what's your take on any advice you would give to Jerry Jones?
I wouldn't tell him nothing. I'm a Giant boy. I wouldn't tell that man nothing to help that Cowboy franchise. I'm not telling him nothing.
keep
Nah, he's
doing,
stubborn anyway. He wouldn't listen.
keep doing
He's
what he's
stubborn
doing, right?
anyway.
Yeah, he wouldn't listen. He won't
Yeah,
listen.
he's stubborn anyway.
Jerry's way or the
Nah,
highway. Yeah, Jerry's way or the highway, man.
yeah, he's stubborn. So it's not like if I was in the inner circle, he'll listen to me. Nah, that old man, he's old
Hmm.
and he had much success in the early '90s, and he swears he can bring that back. But the problem with that is the NFL changed from the early '90s. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah,
not
you
the
got
same.
you don't. The running game doesn't. I mean, the running game isn't effective. But look at the Super Bowl. Nobody had a great running game that game. Kansas
Right.
City, Kansas City don't even have a reliable running back. You
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying?
That's true.
So Buffalo. I mean, yeah, you could say Cook, but it's all Allen.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Houston, they could get any quarterback. I mean, running back there, and they could be. They got Mixon,
They got Joe
but
Mixon.
it's
Yeah.
really C.J. Stroud.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the
Jer-
'90s was the '90s when running game was the dominant force. Now it's a passing league.
yeah.
It's a passing league, yo.
And Jerry doesn't want to give it up, man. He wants to be the coach, does interviews, and there's no GM. And they just believe in their own hype, man. Like you said, like delusional, the most
He's a
delusional
great
of
hype
fan base.
machine, though. Like I would
For
love for him to
sure.
run my PR company.
Yeah, he gets you hype, man. He buys in.
Yeah,
But at the end of the
I would
day,
love he. I
it's
would
all
love
about
for his
results.
team to run. Yeah, I would love for his team to run my PR team because
Yeah.
because he gets a fan base hyped every year, believing they're going to the Super Bowl every year. They can't even make it to the NFC Championship.
Yeah. And it's the same old letdown every single time. Um,
Yeah,
Jaden Daniels, man. Thoughts on him? Is he the real deal? Jalen Daniels?
yeah,
Jaden
yeah,
Daniels, Commanders, real deal.
yeah.
You like
We
him?
got it. Yo, Ken, we got a problem with this kid for at least a decade.
Yeah, he's gonna be
Yeah, we
special.
got. Yeah, and now they just got Debo.
Yeah, they got Debo. They signed Bobby
Yeah,
Wagner one more year. Bobby
but
Wagner,
I saw they just released Jonathan Allen.
Jonathan Allen. Okay.
But
Yeah.
nah. We got a problem. Me, you, and the Dallas, we got a problem coming out
Yeah.
of Landover, Maryland.
Yeah.
We
Gets
got a
scary.
problem. Yeah,
Scary good.
because that kid, just watching the game. I wanted to hate so much last year, kid. Like, yo, like the Cincinnati game. I'm
Yeah.
watching. I'm like, yo, Cincinnati's gonna make a stop. He's a rookie. He's not gonna. That man let them down. Converted on like four fourth downs in
Hmm.
that game to beat the Bengals. And
Right.
I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Hmm.
Then when the second game when he beat us, we just didn't have an answer. And
Right.
at that point of the season, I didn't want to win anyway, but
Secure
he
the
just
pick.
dominated it. Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. And he went in Detroit. Did what he did in Detroit too, man.
And
That
then
was yeah.
now that right there, the Detroit game is really what I said, yo, we got to deal with this for 10 years because he went into. Now, I don't want to hear the excuses Detroit had 11 players out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had 11 players out, but they still were the number one seed.
Right. And they had a bye coming off a bye week
And they
also
had to
too.
buy,
Right.
and them boys came to your crib on a
Yeah.
Saturday night, you know what I'm saying, and lit up your. I don't want to hear that. Washington deserved that win. Jaden played his ass off that game, son.
Hmm.
And yeah, we're in trouble.
Yeah,
We're in trouble. If we don't, if Dallas, us, and Philly, well, not you guys, because y'all straight, but us and the Cowboys, if we don't get our defense right, he's gonna have a field day, yo,
he's
for
gonna
at least a decade.
he's gonna carve you guys up. Now with the addition of
Yeah,
Debo and Zach
yeah,
Ertz
it's gonna.
still playing great. It's gonna be a problem for, like you said, a decade. How
And
so?
I know Jeff. You know Jeff Civil,
Yeah,
Hassan.
yeah. Oh, I saw. Yep,
Yeah,
big Commander fan. My goodness, one of the biggest ones I know.
him and Gary Moyes
Yeah,
and
shout out to
Coach
Gary
Kev. You
too.
know,
Yeah, shout out to those guys, man, for sure. Big fans,
yeah,
big fans.
they gonna. You know, I don't like them three dudes right there because you know. I don't like them three dudes right there, yo. Because they don't. I'm a troll, so
Yeah,
and they get on me early. Some pause. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
They.
Hmm. That's funny.
But nah, shout out to them. They've been in misery for 2 decades, so they deserve to smile.
Yeah, definitely for sure. How surprised were you by the Eagles, man? Dominated the
Not really.
Chiefs. Did you see this coming at all? Pat Mahomes ever gonna win another championship?
No.
How
Yeah, he is.
surprised?
Oh, he's not. He is. Oh, you crazy?
You think they're going back there
Patrick's
again?
only what? Patrick's only what? 26, 27?
He's up there. I think he's like 30. He's up there.
Nah, I don't think he's. Alexa, how old is Patrick Mahomes?
Patrick Mahomes is 29 years old.
29.
29.
Oh, 29, 30. Okay.
September 17, 1990.
29.
He's gonna be 30
So,
this year.
yo,
Okay.
he's not going nowhere. He's not going nowhere.
I mean, the AFC is
Now,
tough, man.
if you're gonna ask if Cincinnati's gonna stand up, or Buffalo's gonna stand up, or Houston, but
Mhm.
he's not going nowhere. Kansas City ain't going nowhere. He got the AFC West on smash, so that's at least 5 wins in that guaranteed in that division alone.
Right. Did
You
the
know what I'm
Eagles
saying?
did the Eagles show us how to beat the Chiefs though? That blueprint, rush them, put pressure on Pat Mahomes.
But bro, you know sports like I know sports.
Hmm.
You put that pressure on any quarterback, you're winning the game. Look what we did to Tom Brady twice.
Yeah.
Look what they did to Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is no secret.
And the
Invest in your
Bucks
D line and be disruptive.
the Bucks did exactly the same thing to the Chiefs a couple
Yeah, the
seasons ago
Bucks did
too,
the
and they
same
won.
thing. You know,
Yeah.
no, it
Yeah.
ain't no secret. It ain't no. It's not a blueprint. It's logic. You win the line of scrimmage, you more than likely gonna win the game.
Yeah. How about the Chiefs? They get a lot of calls. A lot of teams don't get too many calls. You think that that's the case with the referees being one-sided towards the Chiefs, or no? I'm just blowing up
You know the
smoke.
crazy part about it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna introduce you to my homeboy Garrett Staples. He has a
Okay.
podcast. He's a huge Cincinnati Bengals fan,
Okay.
and he swears that that's the reason. That's the case.
Hmm.
Me, I don't think it's the case. I mean, I don't think it's the case, man. You know, I don't think that's the case. I don't think they get favoritism.
Hmm.
I don't.
You don't think so?
Tom Brady and the Patriots, yes,
Right.
but I don't see them. I don't see them doing that for Kansas City.
What's it going to take to Buffalo to ever beat the Chiefs? I mean, that first down, that was a bad spot, though. You looking
That was
back
a
at it,
horrible spot.
that was a terrible spot, that Josh Allen spot. What is it going to take for the
Honestly,
Bengals and the Buffalo Bills to beat the Chiefs? What's it going to take? It seems like, and the Ravens
well,
too.
The Bengals, they got the recipe. They just got to stay healthy.
Yeah, yeah.
They just got to stay. I mean, the Bengals just got to stay healthy, son. That's
Usually,
all.
usually banged up each year. Yeah,
Yeah, they
usually
just
banged up.
got. Well, once, I mean, they got to tinker their defense.
Right.
But the Bengals, they just got to stay healthy.
Okay.
And Buffalo, they got to fix that defense, tighten up that defense. They probably get another wide receiver.
Okay.
I mean, they got it. They got to. Cooper is probably a number two at this point in his career.
Right.
Get him another. Get him an alpha man. I tell you what. Let Buffalo trade or Baltimore trade Buffalo or Baltimore. Let them trade for DK Metcalf.
Yeah, he wants out of there, right?
Yep.
So
Let
yeah,
let let Buffalo or Baltimore trade for DK Metcalf, and that's the team that's beating Kansas City.
it's gonna be interesting.
Especially if he comes to Baltimore. If he
That's what
goes to
I'm.
Baltimore, shit,
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if the
shit.
Chiefs are going back there anytime soon, man. Buffalo's going to be good, better again. Cincinnati's going to be better. Ravens going to be better. You know, so what do you think about the Ravens, man? I mean, is it
I
Lamar's
like the
fault?
Ravens, kid.
Is it Lamar's the issue, or they're
Nah,
missing a piece?
oh,
What are they missing?
DK Metcalf.
That's it. Okay.
Get him
Okay.
DK Metcalf. mm, Tie him up. Because think about it. Andrews dropped that pass. We're not talking about this. Andrews makes that catch.
Yeah, Andrews did drop that pass. He did.
You know what
He
I'm saying?
did. He
This is
did.
not the conversation if Andrews make that catch. That wasn't on Lamar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, nah.
Could
Get
the
the DK
Ravens
Metcalf,
could the
though.
Ravens had run the ball a little more with Henry though? It seemed like they shied away from
Yes.
the run, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
16
But that's what these
touches,
coaches do. They get too happy with the passing game.
gun shy,
And
and
they
then
forget
yeah,
they forget the little 3, 4 yard runs carry,
right,
you know,
right. Carries a
could
big weight
could, could help the game out, you know.
for sure.
Carry and you got Derrick Henry, son. Like, come on, B.
Yeah, you got to use the guy, man. You got to use him. And
Use him, man. Come on, man. Make him soften up the D line so the fourth quarter come, you can open it up, or
right.
Lamar can take off. You know, come on. I mean, but I tell you this though,
Hmm.
let Buffalo or Baltimore get DK.
It's gonna be a problem. I
I'll
remember
tell you
that.
that much.
I remember that
I'll
for
tell you
sure.
that much.
That's why I'm like the NFC Eagles probably get back there with not ease, but
They
like a
are.
little more, easier time than Kansas City because the AFC is stacked. Chargers are coming as well too.
Yeah.
You know
Do
what I
you
mean?
really believe in the Chargers?
Yeah, no, Herbert's got to show me something, man. He's got paid big
Yeah.
boy money, and he's got to show me something, man. He's got to show me something. They got to get
Yeah.
better on defense, a little more weapons as well too. Wide receiver help, they need some of that. Running back as well
So
too.
they're not ready. They're
No,
not ready.
they're not ready. The Rams
The
are sneaky.
Raiders,
The Rams are sneaky good though. Rams are sneaky good, man.
yeah.
They were down.
The Rams, we was trying to get Stafford, but he did right by staying with LA because at the end of the day, the Rams are not far away. They just gotta stay healthy too.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
They just gotta stay healthy too. And then, they're not far away. My man, they was a few plays away from being Philly and Philly.
The,
You
came
you
out,
know
came
that.
out, came out to the last play of the game, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
but I hear what you're saying. As of right now, as me and you talking right now,
Right.
Philly's the favorite to go back. I
Yeah,
mean, unless Detroit do something that.
yeah. They lost both their coordinators and offensive, defensive coordinators. Detroit a little banged up, and I don't know with them, man. It's just weird. Eagles, are,
Yeah,
younger team. A lot of guys assigned. Defense is pretty solid. So I think they should be the favorites to go back to the
they
big
are.
game. But
I mean, hands down, you guys are. I
right,
mean, the only other team in the NFC, maybe Green Bay.
Green Bay, but we you give them the smoke. They didn't want the smoke with Jordan Love. He seemed like he's out of it.
I hear you talking.
we, we picked him up a couple of times, you know what I mean? And he
I
got
hear you
paid too.
talking.
He got paid too. He got paid big boy money, man. These guys got to
Yeah,
earn it. They got to earn their keep, man. When it comes down to to nitty gritty, the little details, you know what I
it's
mean?
gonna be. So we talking crazy, but I just
But
remembered Washington. I think they got like 80 mil in cap space.
yeah, they're gonna be a problem, man. Like you said, for the next 10 years,
Yeah,
man.
I just remember. I think they got like 80 something in cap space. So
Right?
them boys ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, they're
So
not
they're
going
gonna
to.
give y'all. You know, you know, me living down here, I can honestly tell you, y'all in their line of sight. Y'all in the
Yeah,
bullseye. Like they want y'all so bad the way y'all embarrassed them on
yeah, a 50
NFC
piece,
Championship game.
a 50 piece. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they. So the homies that I know down in at FedEx, they thinking about the Eagles. They don't even care about Dallas no more. They don't care. And down here that's the big shit. Dallas. It's
Dallas
Dallas and
DC,
the
yeah,
Giants because New York Giants. There's mad New Yorkers down here. You
right,
know what I'm saying? So we tend to be annoying, obnoxious Giant fans. So that's the rivalry there.
right.
But they bypassing us. What reason? They bypass. They want the Eagles.
Yeah, they want the birds, man. I know.
They want there's not this whole OTA. You're gonna hear. They want y'all.
Yeah,
They, so that's gonna be fun to watch. You know what I mean?
for sure.
And every move, And watch every move that the Commanders make in free agency is gonna be directed towards y'all.
For sure. For
You
sure.
know
For
what I mean?
sure. For sure. For sure. Hey, before we run out of here, I want to get you back on the show again. Possibly next Friday, right? You're available next Friday, right? So
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
we can do this again real quick. Before we get out of here, because I got a lot more to touch on because pressed for time here. Real quick, your sister gave you some great advice, right? I mean, you applied for the job at Amtrak, and now
Yeah.
10 years later, this is pretty much the best advice you've ever taken, right? Because you were certain you were getting
Yeah.
in trouble in Tampa, right? So you needed to
Yeah,
get out,
yeah.
you need to
I
get a
not
change, and
too not
yeah,
nothing I was too proud of. I ain't gonna talk, but
right,
you know, I you know, I was in trouble. And then
right,
I was like, yo, I told sis, I'm like, yo, I gotta get out of Florida. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just not going good.
right.
And then she was like, yo, but I said I didn't want to go back to New York neither because, you know, she was like, yo, come to DC. And I'm like, yo, hell nah. DC and New York niggas don't get along. And, at that time, I was a little bit ignorant and hot headed in my early 20s.
Right.
And then I was like, nah, because that's gonna be just like another New York, just drama on top of drama. But she said, yo, how about you just come here and mind your business?
Hmm.
And that's a fresh start.
Right.
I took that advice and then look, I'm in my house, brick wall,
You got your dog. You got
got
the
that
fish
thing sitting
tank.
outside, got my kid, the fish,
What kind of
so
fishes you got in there, man? What kind of fishes you got in that tank, man?
I got a couple Pomeranians, got a
Okay.
couple of, so
And your dog is Biggie, right? Biggie Smalls, right?
yeah, yeah, Biggie, rest in peace, Biggie Smalls, yeah,
Yeah.
but big, you
Yeah.
so
But that was the best advice you took, man. Look at you're a supervisor now at
yeah,
Amtrak, big company, great company to work for. How do you like it over there?
yeah, I love that company, son. They clean me up, shit,
Yeah.
they clean me up.
You getting
I, I
$50
was
haircuts
dirty,
now. $50
yeah, I got
haircuts now.
$50 haircuts. Yeah, I was dirty as hell before, before
Yeah.
before they saved me. They took a chance. That's why, I give them my loyalty. They took me out the streets,
Yeah.
gave me some money to, get some soap and a toothpaste, and
Yeah.
they cleaned me up. You know what I mean? Amtrak cleaned me up. I tell the homies that back home, like, yo, Amtrak,
Yeah.
Amtrak cleaned me up. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I'm forever grateful to that company, that organization, um, the people that hired me. You know what I'm saying? I They put their trust in me, and I rewarded them with 10 years of hard
Yeah.
service, and I'm gonna continue to, either God takes me or retirement.
You retiring anytime soon, or you gonna just ride this out
Nah,
till the
son,
wheels fall off?
I got 18 years left before I retire. I just hit 10 years.
Okay.
You know,
It's not 18. Keep it going.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I ain't at retirement yet. I ain't at retirement yet.
What would you tell a young Pat looking back now, man? Pat in the 90s versus Pat today. What changed? What's the biggest change?
Stick to yourself, man. Most of the trouble I got into growing up was for the homies.
Right. Others, right? Trying to impress them or trying to,
Not
be
even just impressed, it was just for the homies.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I now granted, don't get it twisted. I was a troublemaker. I did like to fight, so I did like to be. I had a lot of aggression. You know, I didn't know how to tame my aggression, but majority of the time that I got into trouble, I've never gotten into trouble being by myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I definitely would have been like, yo. Now, granted, we live in a community or in the buildings where at that time was what, like 40 of us.
Yeah.
First court, second court, third court, fourth court, fifth court, all teenagers. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
All teenagers. So it was, and we get into trouble, and everybody in the buildings knew
How you went
I
down, how
like to
you go.
fight.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I like to
Right.
fight.
Right.
So, but I would tell myself like, yo, son, the world is bigger than this Spring Valley, New York.
Yeah.
And now that I'm doing all these traveling, look,
Yeah.
I'm going to Panama. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So the world's bigger than fucking Spring Valley, New York, and all
Right.
that tough guy shit. That don't mean shit.
Right.
And mainly importantly, street cred ain't shit. Street
Right.
credibility don't mean shit. Like, I don't know if you know these people, but look, this dude, the founder of the Bloods, L.A. Brim,
Hmm.
Brim,
Hmm.
he's doing mad time in prison. Now all of a sudden he dropped his flag. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Right.
He dropped his flag. He dropped his flag. So homie, street cred. What the street cred got him? Yeah,
Nothing really.
he did all that work in the streets, but look, at the end of the day, you dropping the flag. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be blood no more.
Right.
So street cred don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? Street cred don't mean shit. That's what I would tell them.
Yeah.
I abided by the street rules back then because I thought that's what it was. But fuck the street cred, man. Fuck the streets. Like that ass.
Yeah. You're out of it now and doing great, doing big things. Great company, and your sister's got you up there in DC. It's pretty dope, man. Hey, man, thanks for the time today, my guy. Keep doing your thing. Shout out to anybody back home. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, shout out to the old Avon. How about that?
Yeah,
Shout out,
home, home
that shout out to Spring Valley, New York. You know what I'm saying? Shout
for
out to
sure,
Spring Valley, New York.
for sure.
All right.
When you come,
I saw Jim Jones gave us a shout out on his album. You heard that?
oh, I didn't hear that. You got to send me that clip. Send me that
Yeah,
piece.
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
gonna send you his new album. He just, he shot. Like the funny thing about it, people clown Spring Valley like that. It be mostly out of towners, be
yeah,
like cats be like, yo, you're not from Brooklyn? No, I'm from Spring Valley. Where that at? Well, do
yeah,
your homework.
yeah. That's true.
You
Do
know what
your
I'm
homework.
saying?
Do your homework. Yeah,
Do your homework
sure.
then, because I'm not. Because motherfuckers be like, oh, you way upstate. Nigga, we right there to the Bronx. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Is Yonkers upstate?
yeah,
Is White
exactly.
Plains upstate?
Yeah, we're
You
right
know?
there. Yonkers is 20 minutes out of the city. Yeah, it's right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Hop,
So,
skip, and a jump.
so it be out of towners that don't know nothing about nothing,
Right,
but quick to say something because they don't know nothing.
but nothing.
But shout out to Spring Valley, New York, man. How about that?
For sure. Dope stuff. Hey, man, let's run this back again. I got a couple more questions for you next show on Friday, and let's figure out a time, and let's do it, man. I got a day off that day, so let's do it again, man.
Yeah,
Pleasure.
let's run it back.
Let's
I'm
run
gonna
it back.
introduce you to my homeboy Garrett Staples. I would love the conversation you and him have.
Yeah, for sure. Send me his information, inbox me, and then we'll figure something out, man, for sure.
Say less. I got you.
Appreciate you, Pat.
Yeah, no problem, Ken. Always good. Hometown,
For
Peace,
sure.
brother.
For sure. One love, brother. Thank
One
you.
love, son. We'll talk.
You got it.
All right.
Pat Touquet, everybody.
See y'all.